Oh no!
No!
The ring! No face. I want that title on my goddamn shoulder.
Hello everyone and welcome to another reaction to the Schmoedown right here on Dedicated to Art. I'm as usual your host Kees Cornelissen, joined by the usual panel, Chris Delman and Nico Reilly, for a stipulation match, no less. We have two big contenders duking it out in the singles league. Yodi, Mark Reilly against the Sneider, Jeff Sneider. One was a champ twice. The other has been in number one contender matches in singles.
And one half of the
course.
longest reigning team champions of all time.
I was about to get there, but in terms of singles, he has not been the strongest. On the other hand, though, Mark Reilly hasn't been the strongest in singles since he came back either. Had a couple of rough spots, so neither of these are that great in the current singles league, it seems. It just is a case of two great competitors that we know are great based on what they've done in either teams or singles way before. And of course, Mark Reilly is pretty good in a team of Who's the Boss. Now, this is a little bit of a rematch of sorts of Who's the Boss versus the Odd Couple. Just two players are gone now, and we only have Reilly and Sneider. And Chris, what are your thoughts in this match today?
Okay, so forgive the bias here because as an executive producer of the Reilly Roundtable, I'm of course backing Jeff Sneider. No. Look, now don't get me wrong. Sneider has faced tough competition, and he has beaten tough competition. Back when everyone thought McWeeny was the next hot thing, Jeff took him down. Jeff barely lost to Harloff at the 2017 Collision.
That was the number one contender match.
And that was number one contender match, and that was a great match.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and the only time that Snyder's really, quote-unquote, given up on a match is when he faced Bibiani.
Yes.
And whereas with Reilly, minus Chicago, he is, he kind of, and, actually, kind of like Jeff, kind of on that teetering point, because, sure, he's coming off of a tough loss, but he also had a huge win squeaking by McWeeny earlier this year.
Yeah.
So, of course, like I said, bias, I have to go with my boy, the Yodius of the Reillyus. But if Jeff were to pull it out, unfortunately, I can't say I'd be that surprised.
All right. Well, Nico, who do you have in this match?
I'm looking at this more from the storyline perspective, and I'm saying who I would like because you guys have already laid out that this is going to be pretty even and circumstantial depending on how they showed up that day. I'm rooting for Reilly in this case because I want to see Ben beat Guy in Houston, and momentum helps. If your teammate wins in this match and gets revenge on your ex-girlfriend by saying, hey, you can't manage your boys in their team titles opportunity, that's big for Ben going into Houston, and that gives him a little extra confidence boost against Guy, where his career is on the line for the year if he does not win that match. So, yeah, I'm going with Mark Reilly.
All right. Well, as you said it, the stipulation about this match is that if Sneider wins, Roxy can manage the Odd Couple again. She cannot manage this match though. But if Sneider wins, she can manage again, and no issue. However, if Reilly wins, she cannot manage or be any part of Jeff Sneider and Andrejko's title match coming up against the Shire Wolf. So it is a pretty big stipulation where, well, at least they claim that they need Roxy. To be fair, for most of their matches this year, Roxy has not been a part, and they still won. So I don't know if they really need Roxy, but yeah, it probably is some kind of mental boost for them. But there are some stakes on the line. and I really don't know who to go with. I just want an entertaining match. I know both competitors are good, and I'm just hoping for a good, high-scoring match between these two greats. So let's just start this thing in 3, 2, 1, play.
What's up, Schmoedown? It's
Booker T!
Two-time WWE
Nico.
Hall of Famer.
Nico.
And yes,
Booker T!
the Schmoedown has been killing it. And when I say killing it, I mean killing it. And yes, they're headed to
Where the hell have you
for the
been,
biggest
man?
show the
Hosting a
Schmoedown
podcast
has
or a
ever
radio
seen.
show.
I'm talking about the biggest
Running
show.
a wrestling promotion.
Guys, I'm not
It's
able to hear this
Schmoedown.
guy.
History going down at Booker T World Gym Arena May 18th,
course.
guys. You don't want to miss
No
out.
promotion.
You don't want to get shut out on one of the hottest rivalries. I'm talking about Andrew Guy versus Ben Bateman. You asked the champ Booker T, who you going with, champ? And I say, hey man, you got to refer back to the Hall of Fame. You got to refer back to me and my brother and how much we meant to each other, man. You don't stab your brother in his back. So me, I got to go with Andrew Guy. Ben
Yes.
Bateman like he stole something, man. I'm talking about brother like he stole something. It's going down. Booker T World Gym Arena, May 18th. Go Schmoedown and get those tickets, meet and greet with myself. The lovely queen will be there as well. Now, can you dig that? Sucker.
Yes.
Ed 2
Yes.
Booker? Why? Why?
Ah! But Andrew stabbed Ben in the back!
Yo!
Not only did he
Great
stab him in the
Andrew.
back, he speared him in the front into a table.
Nico, you'll never get over the table, will you?
I need a tables match in Houston. That is the only way I will be satisfied, is if it culminates with a tables match.
I'm not good at much, but I am seated next to a brilliant author, the man who wrote Why We
Or
Love Star Wars,
if you're
Mr.
unlucky
Ken
and
Knapsack
you
right
access
here
some
today.
podcast channel, then
Thank
Look
you.
at this
Today
guy.
back.
Thank you, Mark. I'm so happy to be with you here at the end of all things, and this match. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of drama coming into this match.
I mean,
Random
Ken,
thought,
God forbid
that
we just
poster
have
of
a nice
Rachel
singles
still
match
looks
between two
fantastic.
top competitors.
Yes.
But no, we have to have drama. We have to have stipulations, and a lot of this is stemming from, shall we say, the incident that was at the end of the live event in Chicago. We had 1,000 screaming fans, 2 great matches,
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
we
the
had domestic
infamous
issues.
incident.
Yeah, we had Roxy Stryer, Ben Bateman.
called the
incident
slap.
People are calling the slap, not
I was
to
about to say,
clap that
the
ruined my
Dave Chappelle
Raw.
moment.
This is something
Ooh.
different, something bigger.
What the
Five
Elated.
fingers say to the face.
Through
Salah.
Well, you just sent shockwaves through the audience here wondering about your dance.
That
in
was
high
all
school
palm
history.
and no
We're
fingers.
focusing on the slap. Basically, what we have today is Roxy Stryer, who manages the team.
As someone who's
known
been
as
slapped
the
multiple
Odd Couple.
times
She
on
comes
stage
up to
in a
Ben
play,
Bateman, who the Odd Couple just defeated.
you
Ben
want
Bateman
the
and
fingers,
Jody
not
Riley.
the
They are who's
palm.
boss. Mona. So Roxy comes up, she slaps Ben, and now
If you
we
hear
have
sound, it
referee
hurts
suspended.
less.
So she
If
will
you
not be
don't
appearing
hear
in today's
sound,
match. She is
that
not
means they got it
present.
full
She might
time.
be present
That's a
when
thing
the
they
Odd
teach you in
Couple
Muay
takes their
Thai with leg
chances
kicks.
to the possible victory
And acting
of
school.
a team championship because they're going up against the Shire Wolves. So here's what
I
we
guess
have
you guys
today.
should just
If
let me for
Sneider
punishment,
beats
because I
Mark
don't know
Jody
about
Riley,
this stuff.
then Roxy will be managing the Odd Couple when they face
You
the
watch
Shire Wolves
Formula
in the final.
One.
If Mark Riley wins, then Roxy remains
Yeah, but I don't
suspended
get
and will not
slapped
be
when I
on
watch
hand. Ken, the blood between these two is boiling deep, and it doesn't just go to managers. I mean, these two
Case, do they have tables matches in Formula One?
Yeah, I used to love watching that show. It was just Riley and Snyder smoking cigars in those little press hats and
I'm not getting
fedoras,
anything.
just talking about who's got go picture. The stipulations are interesting.
Drink.
You know, back in the day in wrestling, they used to lock, like Jim Cornette up in a cage above the ring. Maybe something like that, and maybe not, fighting over
A
the
Jim
manager.
Cornette
No,
reference.
no,
My
no,
life
it's
is
just-
complete.
We're gonna go with. Got it. Okay, we're going with this direct one here. If Riley wins,
crap.
Roxy is out.
Ooh.
Okay, I like it. Point
There you
taken.
go. Now let's take a look at what
Don't
the
worry about it.
competitors
Don't worry
had to
about
say before today's match.
Make like the room and don't worry about it. Okay.
Doesn't matter who it is, we're going to answer the call. The Sneider here, fresh off a gigantic win in Chicago against Ben Bateman and my dear old friend, Mark Yodi Riley.
Listen, Jeff Sneider This is a long time coming, and I have a little cleaning up to do after our match in Chicago. I'm very interested in taking on Sneider when there's no Andrejko to carry him.
And we couldn't have done it without the support of our manager, Roxy Striar.
Now, what Roxy did was uncalled for. Listen, Roxy did something pretty
Despicable.
in Chicago.
Yeah.
Pretty? I'd remove the word pretty out of it. Straight up despicable. Straight up
Despicable.
You would have hit him too, and
As
trust
Daffy
me,
Duck would
way
say.
sooner.
And this stipulation
You, sir,
match here,
are
I'm playing this
despicable.
match right now so that Roxy can come nowhere near that odd couple when they take on the Shire Wolves. Because if she's out of the building, which she will be, the Shire Wolves are just going to roll over them. Oh, yeah. No shot.
Roxy Striar is probably the greatest manager in this game right now. So it would be a huge
I think so.
loss, okay, if I couldn't bring her to the team championship.
To be fair, though,
against the
Mark
Shire
knows
Wolves.
their study
We are gonna need
strategy.
her in our
Unless
corner.
they've changed it.
Today, I'm going to make sure that sheet is put there.
Yeah, this team, it's like they think they're heels, but they run around like kind of goofball
Douchebags.
weasels. Goofball weasels. They're chasing darkness and they're heading for irrelevance.
Bateman and Reilly, they kind of proved in Chicago why they are not one of the elite teams in this league. Okay, and Draco and I put them in their place, and they're not going to get another title shot for a long time.
You know, all around the mulberry bush, the monkey chases the weasel. Sneider is a complete weasel. He's
I haven't
terrible
heard
in
that
singles
said
matches.
in like
He
20
gets carried
years,
by Andrejko
since I was
whatever
a
he does.
child.
I'll be surprised.
Tom?
You have to answer.
What was that?
To be honest with you. Looking forward to this.
It was Tom
Today
doing
is
Tom
all about
things.
picking myself up
Should be
off
used
the
to this
mat,
by now.
proving
Touche.
to the fans of this league that I am not just a team's champion, a team's contender. I am here to get that singles belt. I want them both. I want all the belts, same as everybody else in this league. Riley's standing in my way. He's just another obstacle. I'm going straight through.
See, it's moments like this that Roka really wishes he would have trademarked that phrase.
Yeah. I just realized Roka wants all the belts and all the records. I hold more records than Roka. Yay!
There you go. Ken, neither one of these two waiting for confidence
Yeah, I'm
to
suddenly
strike
very
them.
happy
They
with
both seem
myself.
very cocky going into the ring, and maybe we get some surprises when we get to the introductions. How do you see this match playing out?
Look, Jeff Sneider is a competitor that sometimes people love to hate, but that hate should contain some respect for what he's done. He has been
hell
a
yeah.
premier competitor in the movie Trivia Schmoedown. And what can you
Now
say
we're
about
getting
Mark
Smets and
Riley?
Navarro.
Riley, he is one of the founding
Next week.
fathers of this league. I always like the phrase "titan of the game" because he is one of the ones that
So
set
happy.
the bar very early. Out there,
If you're on
if you're
Patreon,
12 years old,
check out the
watching on
comment
YouTube,
section on
first of all, maybe
Patreon,
don't. Do your
where
homework
I,
first. Come back and watch us
drop
later.
our link.
You look at someone like
And then
Mark
when the
Yodi
match
Riley,
actually
and you go,
goes
this
up
is
on
a
Thursday.
hero. This is someone I want to aspire to be, and I can't really pick.
Will
Publicity.
it be Mark Riley? Will Roxy
That's
come
actually-
back to
oh,
manage?
wait,
Will
wait,
Jeff
wait.
Sneider finally get that roommate he's been looking for over a year? We're going to answer at least a few of those questions here today. Let's go to the tail of the tape. When you look at a Mark Yodi Riley, he is the favorite in today's match with good reason, Ken. He is a former champion. He comes in 10-5. He's got 3 knockouts to his credit. And he is very well versed in categories like scores and soundtracks, and that bleeds into some of his more inner geekdom style knowledge.
We give ourselves shameless plugs, but we will never plug the show Shameless.
The crime movies, he's a big thriller
What is
fan,
that?
and when you go from thriller into
that a
horror,
thing?
that goes right back into Mark Riley's strong suit. So going to be very interesting to watch how round 2, the wheel round, plays out.
Very evenly matched competitors. Yeah, Riley,
Nico.
let's be honest, he's a geek. And he knows all that kind of stuff.
If I wasn't
Snyder
caught up
studies the
on
crime movies
if I
and
was caught up on
he
Game of
can use
Thrones,
them
I
as
could
an
get away
alibi
with
one day
making a
himself.
certain
So,
reference, but I'm
I
not
think
gonna do
we're
it. So
about
Case,
right.
do the
I
shame
am
reference
ready
for me,
as
please.
well, and that's time to say this.
Shame.
It's time for the movie
Shame.
trivia.
Thank you.
Shame.
Yeah!
Let's be proud here today, Ken. You will be handling
Yeah, we
the
completely forgot to
announcements,
say
and
movie
I
trivia
await
Schmoedown
bated
because
breath.
I
Your
was
golden
doing
voice.
shame.
Absolutely.
We're being
Yeah,
stupid
because
today.
that's from the season that you
Juicing
haven't
first.
seen yet.
With a career record of 7 wins, 5 defeats, and 2
Where's the
KOs.
guitar?
He is a former co-holder
I don't know this
of
song.
the movie Trivia Schmoedown Team Championship of the World, representing the odd couple. He is the insider, Jeff Sneider.
What does this shirt say?
Adorable puppy.
Wow, you can't
Feed him to the pigs. Ah! That's a reference to the final question from the last match.
I think the dog would be feeding Sneider to the pig.
Yeah, in the screenwriting world, we call this save the cat moment, where Jeff's trying to make people have sympathy.
Oh, it's the Stones.
I
God
don't know if
damn
it's
it.
working, but
It's working with me. Look at that adorable
Hey,
pup.
look at that. Look at that.
Oh.
Haunches there.
The dog is like, why did you put me on this unsafe table?
Dad, you're the worst dad ever.
And his opponent, with a career record of 10 wins and 4 defeats and 3 KOs, is a former movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world.
I think it's from a Superman movie. I just can't remember which.
It's Reilly's personal theme.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Generic music.
Leia!
Leia!
Hey.
Leia of Calderon.
Finally bringing the new sweet pup, Ben Bateman, walking his. Who's the
All right, who shits on the floor
partner
first?
out, and it is going to be dog.
Oh, Leia.
And the dogs seem to be
Or
getting
not.
along quite well. Will the humans do the
Who
same?
pees
Will they
against the
follow
leg
suit?
first?
This is key. Look at that. 'Cause we have the dogs. Hope the dogs don't fight. That's illegal in most states still. So.
Two adorable
Jeff.
Who let
pups.
the dogs out, Riley?
Who let the dogs out indeed?
All right,
Nice
two
job.
white guys referencing Baja Men. What a match we have here today.
Yikes. Fun fact, that song was
Just,
written
you guys
for
you
the
have your
Rugrats in
dogs
Paris, the
tended
movie
to,
soundtrack.
And now we're ready to do some movie trivia, although I would just rather hang
I
out
have
with those
seen
dogs
Rugrats
for a
the
while.
movie.
Here's the rules. In round number 1, it's going to be
Right, so
8
in round
questions from
1,
8
Chris
different
usually gets a
corners of the
perfect
movie
round. If
trivia
he
Schmoedown
doesn't,
Galaxy.
we all
Each
laugh at
question's
him in
worth 1 point.
shame.
There's no penalty
Oh,
for
I
asking
get the feeling you're going to be
questions
laughing at me
stealing
today with
in
these
round
two on the
number 1. As soon
table.
as we ask the question to
And
the field, please write
then
down the
there's
best
Nico,
attempt at an
who
answer
just
on
tries
the
to
whiteboard
do
in
better
front
than
of you. You
me,
have about 15 seconds to do so when
which,
we ask you by
to
name.
be
Please
fair,
reveal
is
what you
not
wrote
that great
to your
either.
camera. At the same time, you verbalize your answer into the microphone. Usually, you're not allowed to consult with anyone else, but you may both rely on the knowledge of your various dogs to help you with each and every question in round number 1.
Also,
Ken,
do
each
not drink in
competitor has
trivia.
3 usages of the
Bad idea.
JTE rule throughout the duration of the match, so you need to buy yourself some time. You didn't hear a question correctly.
I
Use
tried
the
that on
JTE
Monday at a
rule,
bar.
And you also each have 1 challenge.
We
Use
had
it
6
anytime
people on our
throughout
team, and we
the
didn't.
3.
And we
Whoa,
did
whoa,
the.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't bury the lead here. You drank?
Pleasure always to see you.
Pleasure to see you.
I enjoy
Yeah.
spend at your house.
Happy
don't
birthday
drink.
to
Enjoy it as
me.
well.
We
Happy
are.
birthday
We are
to
talking
me.
about this on the
That's
Who
what
Cares
we
Anime
do.
podcast.
Are you ready?
Oh, yes, we are.
I am ready.
Shameless plug.
Mark Ellis.
Jeff Sneider, never been invited to your apartment. Not sure.
We'll talk about
if
Lord
you
of the
live
Rings. You
somewhere.
like
I
that?
don't think you want to go there, right?
Are you ready to?
Among other
I'm
things.
sorry, can you repeat the question?
Good enough for me. Then let's get ready to Schmoedown.
Ouch.
Administering your first question in the category of action adventure will be my counterpart, the guy who wrote Why We Love Star Wars, Ken. George.
I have it on
Hamilton.
pre-order.
No, sir. Allen. As in Mel Allen, former New York Yankees announcer. All right. I'm pretty sure this dog just peed on my Converse. Here we go. In the category of action adventure, first question. Who directed 2005's The Island?
Ah,
Or is it The Island? I'm not.
I think
not
when you're talking
not
about
one
Mike,
of his
I think
bad
it's
movies. It's okay.
No, but
I
this
say-
director
I say
can
The Empire
just
Strikes
suck a
Back.
fat
Fuck
one
it.
and
Yeah,
Never
he
said
can.
The
Three.
Empire Strikes Back.
2, 1. Pen's already down.
Michael
Let's
Bay.
start
Michael
with
Bay.
Mark Reilly.
Michael
Oh, I
Bay.
had Woody Allen.
There we go. Who would have thought?
Okay.
That would have been interesting, to say the least.
now I want to see that. I want to see Woody Allen's The Island.
Like the island.
And actresses, every answer
So,
in this
so like,
category
there's like a
has an
clone of me
age.
running around, or
Your
what the hell's
question
going on
is,
here?
Name the 2 lead actors in The Mirror Has 2 Faces.
Nope.
That's
I know one of
early
them.
Tester.
Well, it's going to test.
Yeah. That's not exactly an Avengers movie we're talking about.
Just don't know if the second one's right.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Mr.
Barbara
Snyder.
Streisand and Nick Nolte?
I have it.
Is
Barbara Streisand and Mel Gibson?
So
you got
close.
1 out of 2. Not gonna count it. Mark Riley.
Barbara Streisand and Nick Nolte.
Looking for
Oh!
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
And Barbara
Bridges.
Streisand.
Oh, man.
Motherfucker.
I
was
thought it
it?
was Nick Nolte,
Jeff
too.
Bridges.
Jeff
And
Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
I was gonna say Christian Bale and Christian Slater, because I don't know.
All right.
Sure.
All right, question
Why not?
Okay.
Question 3 comes in the category of
What was that movie?
Not having a
Dramas.
guess is a better
Dramas.
answer than that, by the way.
what is the name of Kate Winslet's character in Titanic.
Oh, full name?
You're each going to
No,
have
I
seconds to
think
write
they
down.
just want the first name.
You remember when
But-
Celine Dion used to pound her chest when she was
I know Leo's character's name.
Kind of like a
I have the full name
So do I.
because I love this movie.
4,
I only
I have
know
it just because I
Leo's
know
name.
it.
1. Pens
I
down.
only know
Mark.
Leo's
Roast
name.
the
Rose
You did,
Duplicator.
Jeff Sneider?
I honestly thought Riley, of all people, was going to pronounce it rosé.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yeah, because I like wine. I don't drink that shit.
Okay.
That's a
Nice.
reference
Yeah,
to
rosé
his
is not that great of a
drinking
wine.
problem. Okay.
Smelled liquor
I don't
on
drink
both
wine,
the
period, so I
competitors'
don't
breath
know.
prior to the show.
I drink beer.
Your next question
Oh,
comes
I'll
from
fix that when you
animated
come to the
movies.
States.
These are films that are drawn
Nope.
by hand or on a computer. Your question: which main character from a 1990s Disney animated film repeatedly says the line, "Do you trust me?" over the course of the film?
What?
If
Do you
get
trust
asked
me?
that many times, Ken, the answer.
And we have a remake coming out pretty soon,
Probably no. Resounding, I do not know. 5.
which will probably not be good.
Repeat the question.
Oh, we got one JT rule.
We can do that. Which main character from a 1990s Disney animated film repeatedly says the line,
Yes.
"Do you trust me?" over the course of the film?
I was pretty confident doing a little shoulder dance.
You know who said "Do you trust me" once in a movie? Van Damme's character,
I can
Target
show
Chance Boudreaux. Go to 5.
The world.
4,
Shining, shimmering.
Pens down. Jeff, we're going to you first.
Aladdin.
Aladdin.
That
Aladdin.
is incorrect. Does Riley have it for the lead?
Yes, I do. Aladdin.
He got it.
Oh!
Very confident there.
Well done.
Bibbs, I
All right,
love
question
you.
5.
What, did
Question
he
5
scream?
comes in the category of
No, he just did an Aladdin. That was him doing the Aladdin chant.
In Starship Troopers, what slang term do Earth soldiers use to refer to alien creatures, the ones they're sent to fight?
What did they call this movie when it came out? They said
Low
it was-
key, one of my favorite Paul Verhoeven movies.
You know, apparently they didn't.
Oh, you actually pronounced it right. I'm impressed.
I'm just gonna take a guess based on what
I'm
they've
not
been
totally sure.
saying
I've
in
only seen it-
Supergirl.
I've only seen it twice.
One.
Bugs?
Bugs.
Roaches?
Is it
Yay!
Oh.
Bugs. Snyder, you got it?
Damn it, I was
One
close,
point.
but
Bugs.
He got it.
not there.
Both using the B word.
Son of a bitch.
Come on, Megas. Who wants to live forever?
Still in favor of Yodi. Your next question in the world of comedies. Do it with me, audience.
Oh,
I love
Oh,
these people. Some of you trying too hard, some of you not trying hard enough. We'll meet in the middle. Your question in the world of comedies: Queen Latifah and Steve Martin star in what 2003 film?
Nope.
True story.
Shit.
Casper Dean was the one who made me try Gator in New Orleans.
Don't worry, Nico.
like
In
actual
future
alligator?
study sessions, I'll make sure Steve Martin is an actor. I'm going to make you look up his entire filmography of
One. Pens down. We go.
Bringing Down the House.
Oh, I had Chicago.
I think this is.
That's a musical, and it's 2002. I don't want
we're
that
not sure about
picture.
that.
And he wasn't even in
Yes,
it.
that is
That's
correct.
go.
Mark Ryan.
Bringing down the house.
But Queen Latifah was, right?
There we go.
Yes.
Big Latifah
Well done.
slash
I like those
Martin
glasses.
fans.
So you got half of them.
Musical and comedy are kind of different, even though the Golden Globe
I was gonna say, I tell that to the Golden Globes.
I know.
Veteran detective named Somerset in 7.
Yay. Nico doesn't know this, by the way,
Heineken.
because he hasn't seen this movie,
Probably our interns.
even though he should.
Might have been one of the
This is
dogs.
David Fincher, and it's a good movie.
He can maybe guess it.
4,
Maybe.
2, 1. Pens down, Mark Ryan.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Yes, it is.
Morgan
Jeff
Freeman.
Sneider.
Hey!
Wow.
Both of them get
That's
it correct.
That's correct. No perfect round here, but
I'm like,
this
come
is
on.
gonna be a good one.
You have a
That's
poster
right.
on your wall.
Your last category in round
I had
number
2
one
guesses. It
is
was
a
Freeman or Brad
Patreon
Pitt.
question. The final question comes to us from
This
Jake
shit.
Hammer. Jake
Hey, Hammer.
Thank you, Jake. The hammer.
Laying down the hammer.
Of all time. Jake Hammer,
Hammer
thank you
time.
for your support. If you want to have your name mentioned on a future episode of Movie Trivia,
Nah,
check
can't
out
touch
our
this.
Patreon and select which tier is right.
Can I
for
answer
you.
this?
Jake wanted to have this question in the category of crime movies.
And
In
answer
crime
this.
movies, a
Yes.
crime occurs. What film
Yes.
does Denzel Washington star as Detective John Hobbs, investigating what appears to be a series of copycat murders after the original killer is put to death? Just reading that makes me
I have a guess. I'm not sure.
Denzel.
Was Gerard Butler in this movie?
No,
or
you're,
am I
th-
thinking
you're,
of?
you're thinking of Jamie Foxx.
1986.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. The hammer.
I don't
is
have a
in.
clue.
Pens down. Jeff Sneider.
Fallen?
That's correct, sir.
Does
Ah.
Mark Riley have it?
No, I don't have the equalizer.
Oh, we are tied up at 6. A late
Yeah.
tie.
Total guess! Total guess!
So
Well
Riley
done.
enjoying
But I got
a
5, and I'm
slight
pretty
lead
happy
for
about
most of the
Well
round.
done.
Now it ends up 6 to
I
6.
don't
A very
usually
well
do that
played
well.
round number 1. Ken, the spotlight's not getting to them. None of this behind the scenes drama. With
I need
Roxy
more
Stryer
work.
has seemed to
Yes.
affect either
No.
competitor.
No, they're both.
You need to watch
they're both
Fincher.
Professionals, yeah, sometimes, and this is a very even match. It's what
There's a
we
lot I
expected.
need to watch.
When I go to the
That's just
Gold
one of
Coast
them.
Casino in Las Vegas and put down odds on the Schmoedown, this is one of the tough ones to bet on. It's also illegal to bet on the Schmoedown, so maybe we can edit that part
At the
out.
moment,
Alright, so Ken,
there will be a
gambling
day,
addiction
and
Megan
I will be
got caught
rich
in
because
high
of
school.
it.
We move on to round number 2. This is the wheel round. The wheel
Oh, I
of
would have
doom,
been
fate,
rich,
and
like,
justice. You're going to see 12 different wedges on
within,
that
like, 2
darn
months.
Wheel. You have opponents and spinner's choice. Then you have 10 movie categories. Once you settle on your category,
How many
you have
wacky
4
predictions have
questions.
I gotten
Each
right
competitor
this
gets
year?
4 questions. Each question is worth
Fair
2
point.
points.
Quite a few.
No penalty for missing a question. However, there is
Yeah.
stealing available. In round
By the
number
way,
2, if a competitor misses a question,
Sneider is
your
in this
opponent
match,
may
so Fincher can be
answer
in
it for
it.
points, but no prizes. If you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple
touche.
choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct
In
answer.
honor of
At that
missing
point, the
Arena,
question goes
yes.
down to 1
Ugh.
point. So we find ourselves in a
Oh,
tie
she'd like it
between
anyway if it
Sneider
pops
representing the odd couple and Reilly representing who's the boss. Reilly, you are the favorite in today's match. You're the better ranking as far as singles go. So do you want to spin? Do you want to defer to your opponent?
I'm going to defer.
All
For
right.
Jeff Sneider.
Pointing at Jeff Sneider, the heart-shaped sunglasses is going to get up here to spin from the wheel, not the pegs.
We should point out that the wheel for today's match is sponsored by our Schmoedown.
Yes.
Hey!
Damn it.
Schmoedown.
Sponsoring the
Reefton.
entire wheel. Thank you,
Thank you,
Reefton.
Reefton.
Wedges are Oscar movies and spy
That
movies.
was.
Reefton won an Oscar movies
I
and
think we'll-
spy movies.
I think we'll accept that spin. It was an awkward outside the
Snyder
box.
always
I've never
looks like
seen
he
a
just
spin
woke
like
up
that
from a
before, Ken. I
rad
don't
party.
think I've ever
Oh,
seen
it
one
might
again.
have. Oh,
Clint
Eastwood.
Clint
Okay.
Eastwood.
Will this
Does
make Jeff
he
Snyder's
know that?
day?
That's a good.
That's
a
from
good
a
one.
Clint
He
Eastwood.
probably
That's a
knows
good one.
And he's spinning
the
in the
crime
end.
side of
Yeah.
Eastwood, but not so much the
Go
western
ahead.
side.
Did not
Make
want to
my
touch
day.
Eastwood.
Walking away, this will be.
You don't even know what movie that's
whatever
from.
Alright,
category
he's
he has to
looking
No, I did
Sudden
not.
Impact, released in 1983, directed by Clint Eastwood.
Oh!
Oh, shit.
The manager of Reilly kind of giving Reilly some pointers on maybe which way to go.
Damn.
Does put some pressure on Riley. To
tough categories.
Dick Snyder,
Ooh,
but
that's
he
big.
might category doesn't work.
He might have just tipped his own hand by going away from Eastwood. I don't know. Tom's
So say to be
whispering in
honest,
his
that's what
ears.
I'd give him.
Okay, manager
Please.
must.
What's that?
Comic book movies for
Comic
Mr.
book
Snyder,
movies.
please.
Oh.
Comic book movies.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
he's dead.
Now, we know the Patriots were not big fans of those.
Maybe
No.
a bigger strength for Riley than for Snyder, but Jeff, you get
But
first.
who's to say
crack
Jeff
at
hasn't
these
been
questions.
studying in the
Your
spare
first
time?
in this round. What are comic book movies? In Black Panther, what is the name of Wakanda's all-female special forces led by
Oh,
a quarter?
the Dormelage.
Yeah. Well, Dormelage, but yeah.
I'm pronouncing it correctly. The Dora Milaje.
We can accept that
What's
Dora
up
Milaje.
Wow.
Throw an
Oh.
E on the end of that, but good enough.
Never mind, you're right, Nico.
First
I'm
goes
sorry.
2
I'm
points
sorry. You're the
for Jeff
comic guy.
Snyder.
I'm sorry.
Your next question in the world of comic book movies.
Dormelage,
What is the
yay,
subtitle
yay,
of the sequel
yay.
to Sin City,
Dame to Kill
which was
For.
released in
Yep.
2014?
Yep, a day for.
A Dame to Kill For.
Not
Yes,
as bad
it
as everyone
was.
says it is.
2 more points for Snyder.
Probably won't be as good as the original.
Alright,
I've
your
only
next
seen that one in a
Penultimate one in this round, Jeff. In X2, X-Men United, what subject does Wolverine tell Bobby Drake's
Arts.
parents he teaches
Yes.
at the
I
Xavier
had this
Institute?
question once.
We're going to look for an answer in 5,
Multiple choice.
4. Is it A, poetry, B, music, C, gym, or D, art? And we'll count you down in 5.
There'd be a lot of deflated
That is
dodgeballs if he was a
incorrect for
gym teacher.
1-point steal, Mark Riley.
Can you
Your
repeat it again,
options
please?
are A, poetry, B, music, C, gym, or D, art.
Art.
Give the man a
Correct
point.
for both.
It was on a lot of the ads leading up to the release of X2. Good line in the movie. It hit really well in the audience. I saw it. A lot of laughs. All right, Jeff, your last question in round number 2, comic book movies, which you did not want. Your opponent's choice. He gave it to you. Here we go. In 1994's The Crow, what United States
Detroit.
city was the
Detroit.
action set in?
This one seems to be.
He knows
Snyder
this.
might be vacating the
walking
premises.
away.
Fire it up, Detroit.
It is in fact
Some bitch.
Look at that! Look at that!
It's
He got 6 out of 8
Snyder
there.
ably maneuvering
Even
his
though
way
Reilly did get
around
one.
a category that Mark Reilly did not think he was going to be that strong, and Reilly, to his credit, did get a point for a steal, and now he trails by 5.
Here he is. He's petting that wheel.
That's right, like he would his dog.
Yep. Look at that. Look at that. Round and round she goes.
What's the name of Mark Reilly's dog again? Is it Leia Organa?
It's just, I think it's Leia.
Is Organa the middle name of the dog? Can we confirm the name?
We'll check on that.
Okay.
We'll get a report on that.
Reilly might have.
Whoa.
No way this happened.
Well, we know who the force favors in this match.
Talking with Tom Dagnino. He didn't need to have a long conversation.
No.
Scores and soundtracks, please.
Scores and soundtracks.
Well, I'm going to take this one off.
This has been one of Reilly's strengths for a long time, Ken.
I hope this doesn't guy him.
Known for 4 questions in the category of scores and soundtracks. First question. In Goodfellas, what song plays during the iconic long tracking shot of Henry and Karen entering the Copacabana?
Ah, shit.
Need the name of the song.
If it goes multiple choice, I'll know it.
Multiple choice, please.
A. Rags to Riches. B. Baby I Love You. C. Layla. D. Then He Kissed Me.
Then he kissed me.
Or an answer in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat, please.
In Goodfellas, what song plays during the iconic long tracking shot of Henry and Karen entering the Copacabana?
One usage of the JT rule.
One usage. Yes, one piece.
I need the multiple choice ones repeated.
A. Rags to Riches. B. Baby I Love You. C. Layla. D. Then He Kissed Me.
D.
That is correct for a point.
Kiss me in a way I've never been kissed before. A way I'd like to be kissed forevermore.
All right, question 2.
I wonder what that feels like, Ken.
Oh, Ellis. Never
Who
change.
composed the score for the J.J. Abrams directed Super 8?
Michael
Michael
Giacchino.
Giacchino.
That is correct for 2 points. You got it there. All right. Which actress sings Can't Take My Eyes Off of You to Jesus on a Cross for her pageant talent in the film Drop Dead Gorgeous?
Multiple choice.
A. Kirsten Dunst. B. Denise Richards. C. Amy Adams. D. Brittany Murphy.
Denise Richards?
I don't know. Christmas Jones. What the hell? Why not?
Denise Richards.
That's correct for a point.
Hey!
When we started the
Oh!
countdown, Reilly pulls to within 1 of Snyder's total. So if Reilly gets this last question in round number 2 correct, he will have the solo lead over Snyder. If he needs multiple choice to help him, he will be tied with Jeff going into the final round.
Final question.
Yeah.
Who composed the score for The
James
Amazing
Horner.
Spider-Man?
No, he only did the first one. I think it's Zimmer.
I have this written down somewhere. Damn it.
Hans Zimmer.
That's correct for 2 points.
All right.
Look at that.
Woo!
Look at that.
All right.
Mark Reilly regains the
Well, I
lead
knew I
going
did the
into
first
round
one,
3.
second
Ken, it's
one
so
was
interesting to see
forgettable,
for the
so.
bulk of round number 1.
It's just
Reilly
terrible
had that 1-point
in,
lead, and then
like,
Snyder
every
veers right
capacity.
at the end to tie him.
Yeah.
And now we see ourselves in
First
this
one also
very
pretty
similar
bad.
situation of having Reilly edging out
I mean,
Snyder.
Spidey
but
looks
again,
like a
round 3,
goddamn basketball.
anything can happen. This is the final round in which we're going to get 3 numbers from each one of our competitors.
I mean, you're not
Numbers can
wrong.
range from 1
I'm
to
not
20.
wrong. That's my
Each number
point.
corresponds to a different movie trivia Schmoedown.
Like, seriously, moments like these make me very,
Mark Reilly,
very much appreciate
in the
that
lead
Tom
by 1.
Holland is our new
Those 2
Spidey.
JTE rules remaining. What 3 numbers would you like
Or,
to
of
seal your
course, Miles Morales in the anime.
12, 9, and 17.
Up. There it is.
17.
17. And Jeff Sneider, what are your 3 lucky numbers today, sir?
What is it, 1 through 20?
It is 1 through 20.
21.
7, 14, 19.
7.
Hey, Patrick. You want to know what's funnier than 24?
Sequential order, Ken.
What's
Very impressive
SpongeBob?
maneuver.
25.
Nerve-wracking game, giving me the kind
Oh,
of
God.
get banned from a gas station deli. So
We
let's
are on
dive
like
into this
a
one
sugar
here.
high or something today, folks.
All right,
I
Jeff,
am
you-
sorry.
You're
are
like
gonna be up
12
first.
at
Answer
this
the
point.
questions. Your 2-pointer, you selected number 7 for your category.
Yep.
And your 2-pointer is going to come in the category of the 1980s.
All right.
1980s films. And your question is, in Pretty in Pink, Who plays Andy's best friend, Ducky?
John Cryer. Lenny Luthor himself.
John Cryer.
He's got the lead.
Well, Lex
14
Luthor
points.
now on
2
TV.
points with the correct answer. So now can we go?
And I must say, he is a damn good Lex Luthor.
Absolutely.
No
Mark,
TKOs
you
in
chose
this
the
match.
number 12.
Still
Number
no
12 corresponds to
Gene
the
Hackman.
category
Sorry,
of
Nico.
Sly and Arnie films. Schwarzenegger and Stallone films. 2-point question. What Stallone film has the tagline? Two of LA's
God.
top rival cops are going to have to work together, even if it kills them.
Tango and Cash.
That is correct for 2
The
points.
Oscar-winning Tango and Cash.
Absolutely.
Is it Oscar
The
winning?
fuck it is!
All right, Jeff. Nice little tennis match we have in round 3. Going back to you. You selected number 14.
I'm
for your
looking this
3-point
up.
question. And that corresponds to.
Ooh, let's
you
go
got
with number
another
14.
decade.
I want
This
to
time
pick
it's
number
2000s.
14. Ah, it's
2000s.
okay. I just
And
have to be a
your
part of this.
question is, Naomi Watts and Viggo Mortensen star together in which 2007 film
great
about
movie.
Russian gangsters in London?
Eastern Promises.
I was thinking of that show, The Americans, on
Jeff Snyder has
FX.
a 2-point lead over Mark Yodi.
All right.
Look at that.
Back and
3 big
forth.
points there, and now he's forcing the hand of
This
Yodi
is
once
good.
again.
All
This is
right,
really
Mark,
good.
you chose the number 9, which
Yep,
is the
definitely not
category of
Oscar
family films.
winning.
Family films.
Oh,
The type of films
Razzie?
Buff can only watch now.
Nominated but didn't win.
Here we go. 3-point question.
3 times.
You'll find 25-foot tall behemoths by the name of Bloodlotter and Flesh Lump Eater in what 2016 film?
The BFG.
Yeah. No, the movie's so fucking forgettable that he probably won't know it.
3.
Riley, please.
Repeat the question.
You'll find 25-foot tall behemoths by the name of
Yeah,
Bloodlotter
I like
and Flesh Lump Eater
Spielberg.
in what
I like
2016
Rylance. I like John Williams. This
The
was
BFG.
not.
That's correct for 3
Ooh.
points. That is correct for 3 points.
Wow.
Like I went to see that movie with a
match
friend.
We had expected,
This is
and,
it.
now
And,
that we are
he
at the
fell asleep
5-point
during
questions,
it.
let's remind everybody watching at home about the
I watched it
stakes
on
with this
Netflix,
match, it was
and
a
I think I was
stipulation
drunk
match from the
during it.
start. If Jeff Sneider is able to overcome this
I have
1-point
no
deficit
desire
and
to see
emerge
that
with a
movie
victory,
whatsoever.
He
No,
and his
don't.
teammate
That's
Mark
fine.
Andreyko will be able to be managed by Roxy Stryer when their team, the Odd Couple, takes on the Shire Wolves. If Mark Yodi Riley continues to lead and emerges victorious, Roxy will be banned for that match.
Look at that.
Jeff, you selected number 19 for your 5-point question, and that corresponds up here at the answer desk to the category of sports movies,
Oh.
Ow.
sports films. athletics.
Ow.
And
Ow.
the question is 5 points and a 4-point advantage. Who plays Nigel Gruff, a drunken, gambling Welsh soccer player turned NFL kicker in 2000s? The
Reese
Replacements?
Fonz. Reese Fonz. Reese Fonz. Don't get it. Don't get it. Don't get it. Come on.
The Lizard.
Yes.
I'm going to go to
Dr. Curtis Connors himself. Come on.
4,
Miss it.
3.
Miss it.
Repeat the question.
Can do that.
Oh, you
Who
bastard.
plays Nigel
Or,
Gruff, a drunken, gambling Welsh soccer player turned
Xenophilius
NFL kicker
Lovegood. There we
in
go.
2000s? The Replacements.
Yes, well done. Don't get it. Don't get it. Don't get it. Come on.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
It's your last one. Who
I
plays
can't tell if he
Nigel
knows it or
Gruff,
not.
a drunken, gambling Welsh soccer player turned NFL
See?
kicker in 2000s? The Replacements.
If he's spoiling about Bateman.
Opponent's choice and then spinner's choice, huh?
All right, go to 5.
Reesafons.
Oh!
Got the name. I
You son of a bitch!
Oh, he fooled me if he did. If he was.
That's how you mess with
He
someone's
was going to
head.
pull that rabbit out of the hat, but he
Oh, no,
did.
you
And so now the onus squarely on Mark Yodi Riley. Ken, he's been in this position so many times. You got to get a 5-point answer correct, and you will win the match. Mark Yodi Riley, you selected number 17 for your 5-point
Don't put it that in the
category,
universe,
and Ken
man.
Matlock's about to tell you what that corresponds
That
to.
category is Tom Cruise. The films of Thomas Maypother Cruise IV. Here we go.
The master of jumping out of things.
Question. Who plays Vincent's girlfriend/manager in 1986?
Oh, it's the chick
Color
from
of
Robin
Money?
Hood, Prince of Thieves. Not Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Go to 5.
Mary Elizabeth Master Antonio.
3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Who plays Vincent's girlfriend/manager?
I don't know if he
in
does.
1986, The Color of Money.
Don't say repeat the question again. You're all out.
All comes down to this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rebecca De Mornay.
Damn. 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 Damn.
Prince of Thieves, and Jeff Sneider has upset Mark
Damn.
Reilly. A nice fight between the competitors.
Yeah, what a fucking match.
Nice handshake from Andreyko, who of course is Jeff Sneider's partner. So it's all love on the surface here, Ken. At the end, a lot of sportsmanship we're seeing, but what a match we just witnessed. Reilly getting pushed to the brink, couldn't quite come up with the correct answer.
I'll tell you what, that was a great match, but who's the boss is reeling after Chicago. This kind of hurts him a little bit.
Yep.
But like I said up top, Jeff Sneider, I know he's kind of a poster child for controversy sometimes in the Schmoedown. He is a big persona. He is a heel, as the kids say. But I'll tell you what, he is a great competitor. Do not ever overlook Jeff Sneider, and I think he showed us today why he is one of the best.
And I can confirm the doggies were getting along famously during the match. Neither one of them, Pete, I cannot say the same for both competitors. Right now, we're going to go to a post-game interview with both the winner, Jeff Sneider,
I
and
can't win
today's
them all.
loser, Mark Yodi Reilly. Take it away, Jen.
Oh, Reilly.
Yeah.
That hurt me.
Yeah. Stings.
What happened? What's happening, guys, to who's the boss? Like, you guys were so dominant last year. You were so dominant in singles. You were so dominant in singles. In teams, like, what is happening right now?
I'll tell you what's happening. That was a dominant performance. I missed the 5-pointer, and Sneider did a miraculous pull that I got to give him credit for.
Did you think he had that, honestly,
No, I
or
didn't
did you think
he
he was
had it.
fooling you?
I don't think he had it. I think he used clues. I had to do that with the BFG question, and you use your repeats. He's a stellar player of the game, and he did what he had to do, and he made a great pull. So, I'm upset. I needed that 5-pointer to close it out.
If
I thought
he
I had him.
did pull it out of his ass or
But,
not.
they're going to give me a question from Color of Money from an actress that just couldn't pull.
I mean, Chicago didn't go your way. I mean, Ben, you got slapped by Roxy. Do you have any comment at all still on that?
No comment.
Yeah, he's a gentleman. He's going to do that. I'll comment. I wanted to beat him because of her. This was kind of a little bit of a vendetta. And look, he's a good player. Didn't go my way. I wish it did, partner. But, if you want to be the best in the Schmoedown, you got to learn to lose. You got to learn to take this and get right back up and go out there and do what you do.
We may be down right now, Jen. My guy had a tough beat here today, okay? But he's my brother, and we're coming back. And we are going to have the greatest ascension in the history of the Schmoedown this season. If you want to do that, you got to start from a pretty low place.
Yep.
And we're in a low place right now.
But how do you find that swag? Where do you find that swag?
One word for you. Houston.
Correct. Look, I don't know what is going on, but bad people keep winning. And Snyder's a weasel. And make no mistake about it, he's a very good player, but he's a weasel. And we'll right the ship here. And I think maybe we made a wrong decision, which could have been on my bad, of giving him comic book movies. Maybe we should have gave him movie soundtracks. We got to right the ship somehow, and I think Houston is the place we could do that.
Houston will be the place to do that, but guys, chin up. That was a hell of a performance that I did. I'm happy about my performance. Come on. It was damn good. Anybody else would have folded under there. Like I said, Sneider knows how to play the game, and he pulled that 5-pointer, and I didn't pull mine. It's very simple math. Nothing else is going to bring me down. I feel good about that match. I'm going to get right back up. He's going to kick you-knows-who's you-know-what. Lady Gaga in Houston.
There are children watching.
And then we're going to be dominant through the teams again. I want that belt with that guy, and I'm going to just dust this off. It's not a big deal, and I'm going for it the next match.
I love that attitude.
Damn. People bring their best against us because they know we're the best. It happens in singles, and it happens in teams. you're going to see the greatest ascension in the history of the Schmoedown this year. And it starts in Houston on May 18th.
Damn right.
I agree with
So get
that.
your tickets and be there if you want to see something special.
Get your tickets. It's
Things
probably
will
sold
change.
out.
Trust me.
Actually,
What does that
have
mean?
to.
no,
What
not
does that
really.
mean?
You'll see in Houston. It'll change.
Well, Houston's kind of like LA, where everyone buys their tickets like
Hi,
at the
guys.
Wait,
last minute.
What did
And we're back
Tom
with the
just
Odd
say?
Couple.
He said
Jeff
something that
Sneider,
made
I gotta
Jen
hand it
raise
to
an
you.
eyebrow.
That was a really well-played match, especially considering you spun
Tom says a lot
opponent's
of
choice. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great. I mean, Reilly, he was great today, but he was great, partially helped by the wheel. Yeah, he got spinner's choice.
Yeah,
I got
spinner's
opponent's
and
choice.
opponent's
That's a
choice,
huge
yeah.
disadvantage for me. The 5-pointer was a huge pull. I lucked out in that he didn't know his. But you know what, Jen?
Let's talk about that 5-pointer for 2 seconds. Can I pause you? Did you actually know that, or did you just pull it out of your, you know where?
I have a lovely ass, and there's many things in that ass. And yes, I pulled this answer out of it. Thank God Reese Ivans is Welsh, because I knew he was
And
Welsh.
Draco's like,
that word
"God
was in the
damn
clue,
you,
and it's the
why?"
only reason I got it. You got to pick up on these context clues here in the Schmoedown. I think that's my experience that kind of came through. Saving some JTE rules for the end. Definitely needed those repeats and that extra time to think of it. But yeah, I did it. I did
Do you
it.
think it comes down to you two just knowing how to play this game better than anyone else?
I feel right now that has helped us greatly. Listening and not wasting
play the
JT
game
rules on
helped.
1-point
This is
questions.
why I
It's
got a
tempting
goddamn
to. But
final match
like we
TV.
saw in Chicago, you lose track of how many there are, and there's so much. You know, the fans talk about, oh, that was an easy question. When you're up here, you got to be focused, and by listening and doing that, and that was strategy. That was great strategy. And dissecting questions, it's smart. And it was a great game for both of them. That Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio question, woo, that was a
tough question.
Deep
But
cut.
you know what? I had everyone in this room except for you, Andreka, rooting against me, and it's winning in that kind of atmosphere. I think that gives me that edge heading into the next match. I can't wait for the team titles to be reunited with my belt because we're going to strip them off the Shire Wolves, that's for sure. And as for Reilly and Bateman, I think I proved these guys, they're relics in the league. They're done. Their time is over. How many times do we got to beat them? Just beat them in Chicago. Just beat them in Burbank.
I feel
all they do is lose.
I feel like an old lady beating her rug on her patio every summer to get the dust out of it.
Exactly. They're starting to feel like Roca and Nos from my Patriots days with JTE.
But now you guys do get Roxy back as a result of you winning this match. Are you excited about that?
Well, I think Roxy
I'm
is
still
a
sad about
spectacular
that.
manager, and of all the active managers right now, I think she's the best. I attribute a lot of our success to her. So.
Jen's a fantastic interviewer. She doesn't let go of this microphone for anything. But Roxy is the best manager in the game. She is vital to our success. I just texted her that we won. She was freaking out. She can't wait to be with us at the team title match.
I just, like I said to you guys in Chicago, I'm just still not a fan of physical violence on this show. I just feel like there's no culture for it here.
Well, you never heard me endorse it. I mean, that was a culmination of a lot
No,
of
that
stuff
was
beside
Jeff.
that.
I didn't say anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I think
I mean,
Roxy probably went overboard, but you know what? From what I've heard, off camera, it sounds like you deserved it. A little bit.
All right, guys. So, the Shire Wolves, taking on your old teammates, your old faction.
Move along.
I've got to say, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a very, very exciting match.
These aren't the
because
droids
they
you're
are
looking for.
What are you
the
guys
best.
doing to prepare for this?
I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah, and give it away. I mean, Cushing is smart enough to be watching these post-game interviews. I'm going full Belichick here. Being quiet, not letting anything slip.
Are you deflating balls?
Ladies.
Well, Ken, that is the Jeff Sneider that we know, and I'm not going to say love, but the guy that we have come to expect, and his cocky attitude is certainly back in full force, both in terms of their team match coming up for the belts against the Shire Wolves, but also he's calling out Sam Levine, the commissioner of the singles league. Jeff is currently ranked number 7. I think he wants to improve his ranking.
What?
Absolutely, and it's so fun in a way to see Andreko.
I think that's the part of the interview that got cut out, and they didn't remove that from Ellis's
But like I said, he earns
discussion.
a lot of these victories, and they're looking
Guys,
towards
editing.
Charles, and then Roxy's going to be at their side.
You edit
And of course, now
something
we got
out,
Houston to
edit
worry about as well.
everything
And
out
you can get
about
tickets
that
for that
part.
right now at the
But for Riz, I
Schmoedown.com.
want to see
It'll
that
be in
happen
Houston, May
so bad.
18th. I'm even stand up
Yes.
May 17th that same night. Ken Knapsack is going to be on the show as well. But Ken,
Really
let's
wanna
get back
see if
to
Levine has
something that I
that
saw
thing.
that you never want to see a
Plus, I
former
miss Sam.
champion, whether it's individually or on a team, start to break away. And I think that we're going to see a lot more of Yodi, but are we going to see a lot more of who's the boss? Because they're starting to get that look like a Joe Namath crumbled up on the bench when he was playing for the Rams.
I can tell you, that when you start to lose, you have to kind of look yourself in the mirror and see what comes next, and that might be what's going on with Who's the Boss. You got Tom as their manager, and Tom sometimes he and I are at odds, but I also know he's a great inspiration when he wants to be. He can rally the troops. They've got to decide if they want to be rallied.
That's right. Well, Roxy Stryer will be managing the Odd Couple come Titletown, USA, when the Odd Couple take on the Shire Wolves. And like we just mentioned, you can get tickets for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown live in Houston at Booker T's World Gym Arena. At May 18th is the date. The Schmoedownlive.com is the destination to buy your tickets before they sell out. You can get tickets for the upcoming stand-up show I'm doing in Houston May 17th at MarkEllisLive.com. Ken Nassock on the show. Jen Sturger going to be on the show. Maybe John Roca shows up. Brett Sheridan rumored to be in the house. It's going to be a good time. At, what's the name of the place? The Joke Joint. Did I read that right? We're doing a place called The Joke Joint?
Okay.
All right.
That works.
There we go. The best comedy club name, not Hyenas. Well, Ken, I want to thank you for joining me here today. Last but certainly not least, Why We Love Star Wars. Where can the kids get your new
You
book?
can order that on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, wherever fine books are sold. If it's not there, just grab them by the collar and demand it.
The guy's an author, and he's got the pipe to prove it. I am merely Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. Check us out on social media. We will say goodbye to you now at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Still a minute left. Oh, hey, Joe.
Ooh.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. When was the last time we saw each other? It's been forever since everything changed.
Yeah, you've been up to a lot.
So have you.
Thank you. Yeah, Clark and I watched that Chicago match. You were on fire. Congratulations.
Yes, well, I look forward to playing you guys. I mean, you and Clark are two of my dearest friends in the league, and you're both great. And especially my relationship with you, I think we're really close. I admire you as a player, but I really want a belt.
I gotta say, Mark, you are the greatest player in the Schmoedown that hasn't won a belt. You are going to win a belt. I can't wait to be there the day that you win a belt. It's not going to be the day that you play us, though. Good luck. Seriously, you're one of the best players in the league. But
No matter what, I love you guys. We're family, so yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, I'll see you around. Oh,
So gonna get that.
one
vote.
other thing.
Oh.
Keep Sneider in check.
Oh no. One does not keep a Sneider in check.
Actual wizard.
What a match.
There's nothing that sucks more than having the lead for the majority of the match and then it just slipping away on the very last question. It's like a shot in the heart. It hurts so much.
I really don't know what that would be like. I've never had that.
Same. Now, and look, I'm not going to take a damn thing away from Sneider. That was the Sneider of old.
Yes.
That was not the Sneider who really
Through
didn't
the match against Bibbs.
No, actually that's the Sneider of now. That's the Sneider of now because since this year has started, he's been on a pretty good run. The Bibiani thing, I'm just calling that an anomaly because
anomaly.
Anomaly.
I physically can't pronounce that word, but nevertheless,
you're like Nemo trying to pronounce anemone, finding Nemo.
Nevertheless, that match against Bibbs was just a bad day for Sneider.
Yeah.
But since then, he has been on his A game, especially since 2019 began. He and Draco beat Scream Queens. Wow. Then Who's the Boss in Chicago. Now you got to win over Reilly, and now they're headed for the team's titles next. Do they stand a chance of beating the Shire Wolves? Absolutely they do. Do I think they will? No, I do not. But that doesn't change the fact that Sneider has just been on his A game for the better part of this year. Reilly, he's had a lot of ups and downs this year, and the last time I think he was on his game and was on the winning side was against McWeeny.
See, I don't know if he was 100% on his game that day because remember, in his round one against McWeeny, he didn't do so hot while McWeeny got a perfect round. The reason that he won is because McWeeny missed those last two questions in round 3.
McWeeny pulled the Bibbs in that match.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, my point remains that Sneider is having a better year than Reilly. Both in the game
that's
and
true.
out.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yeah, it's just Who's the Boss hasn't been the same since they were essentially beaten by the Shire Wolves at Spectacular. Because since then, I don't remember any of them winning anything.
Which,
You think this is going to tie into Houston, don't you?
Well, no shit, Sherlock. Of course I do.
Of course it is. It's next week.
You know, and also, I have to wonder, is this a forebearer of things to come? Because remember, we still have to resolve the storyline of, is Roca gonna let Ben into the Horsemen?
Yes.
And I think today might be showing a little bit closer to what I've been speculating the last few months of how this storyline is finally going to resolve itself. Because, of course, I'm a firm believer that the whole thing is just a giant psych, and that, at Houston, they're going to be like, psych, gotcha, and then team action back together. But
let's see.
And we'll just have to see how the rest of this year plays out, because obviously we're going to see more of Sneider and Reilly in singles and teams, and to be honest, I hope they get. I honestly God hope they get a rematch in this singles tournament, because I've noticed something now. Just like how Roca never beat JTE until that one time at the live event last year, Reilly has now officially never lost to, or has never won to Sneider.
No, that's true.
Because Wolves of Steel versus Patriots lost. Who's the boss? And Odd Couple lost. Today lost.
Yeah.
So this is,
just seems like the old Patriots just seem to have a foot on the Five Horsemen every single chance they get.
Oh, and Roca is killing himself over that.
Sorry, Roca.
Yeah. I wonder who Sneider's next teammate opponent is in the singles league, because he got a big win today, and who else is left really to be there? Because I think he should be getting a number one contender match next. Who is that number one contender match against? A William the Beast Bibiani? Again?
If Bibbs wants it, because he has that shot in his back pocket.
But seriously, Bibbs, Sneider 2. I think we need it.
Please.
I think Sneider needs some redemption.
And as long as 70s is on the wheel.
Yeah.
Love you, Jeff.
No, but I think that would be cool. And I think right now we do, that's the thing. When we were speculating about who would Bibbs face for a number one contender match a few weeks ago, we didn't really know. Now there is someone. Now you can put Sneider up there against Bibbs and that's a number one contender match, and I want to see that.
My final thought is I think you're onto something there. So, but yeah, next week obviously is going to be even more crazy between the bloodbath known as Smets versus Navarro, and then Houston.
We have a problem.
We have liftoff.
Nico, do you have any final thoughts?
I don't want to believe Chris is going to be right about this, because I don't want to think that Ben has been playing us this whole time. I don't want that to be the thing. Where I'm thinking is, if he wins, he's going to join the Horsemen, and that's going to be where things start going well for him again. If he loses, I think Ben will just straight up disappear for the rest of the year. I think he's going to take some time off to just sort of get his game back on track. A throwback to Shawn Michaels vacating the title because he had lost his smile, if you will. Like, Ben needs a reason to smile again, so he's going to go off and find himself.
Let's put a smile on that face.
Not the reference I was thinking of, but okay.
But a great one.
It is on point. It is on point, though.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, guys, I think that's really all we can say for today. Check us out next week, reacting to, a big match in the Intergeekdom division, Smets versus Navarro. Might that be Navarro's biggest loss in the Intergeekdom ever? Probably. Probably. And yeah, the match on Friday is TBD, last time I checked on the schedule. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm interested. Anyway, also, check us out. Who Cares Anyway podcast, talking about Lord of the Rings. Mostly Chris and myself, because we think that's the greatest movie trilogy ever. So yeah, that's going to be fun for sure. And of course, the movie news as usual. And check out Game of Thrones reviews that we do on this channel. Season 8, Episode 5 is coming up. The penultimate episode this Monday. I know a lot of people are worried. I'm still cautiously optimistic about it because I think the show is good. Still better than most shows out there. So I have high hopes for this episode. And we're going to go to plugs now. Chris, plug yourself.
Yes, you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, Letterboxd, and Discord at Skywalker Doman. You guys can follow this very channel on Twitter and Instagram at D2A channel. Please like our Facebook page. And you'll find me sometimes competing over at Multiplex Entertainment, sometimes competing in the brand new Movie Trivia Face-Off League for Schmoedown patrons who have availability to Discord. They can compete, meet up with other fans, and apparently I signed myself up for their Geek League by accident, but you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. It'll be fun.
All right. That's interesting. Nico, where can people find you?
Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nico Suave Regoli. That's NicoSuaveRegoli, or just Nico Suave on Discord, where I also play in the Movie Trivia Face-Off. You can find me on Multiplex Entertainment. That's the name of the Facebook group and the YouTube channel. The Twitter is at MultiplexYT. The Instagram is Multiplex Entertainment Network. tpublic.com/user/multiplex. Buy our awesome shirts and check out myself and Zaddy C-Man Smith every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time for Crisis on Earthplex. It's a discussion show where we talk about all things geek in the news of the week. Combat Wrestling Trivia is the name of the Facebook group. Combat Wrestling Network is the name of the YouTube channel. The poorly made Twitter handle is at Combat Wrestling, the number 2. There is no letter G. If you like wrestling trivia, come find us over there and check out Adonis Nazario and James Berryman III every week for the Raw and SmackDown breakdown. Right here on D2A, in all the places Chris just said, in case we'll say, and Rolling Crits. It's a new tabletop show coming out on Twitch very soon, so stay tuned for that.
The Twitter handle never gets old.
Never.
Seriously.
Never.
Especially if you know the story behind it. It's amazing. Anyway, guys, actually, a little bit of an announcement. I am not going to compete in trivia for the time being. I don't have time for it anymore. I figured out this week that it's too stressful for me to do these trivia matches, that it's more of a burden and an obligation rather than something that I want to do and it's fun. So I have officially retired. Well,
You're on a hiatus.
I'm on a hiatus from all the trivia leagues because I, for the moment, don't want to compete in anything. So do not check out any of the matches that I plugged before because I'm not going to be in them. Yes, that's unfortunate, but it's the reality. But you can still find me right here on Dedicated to Art, Facebook, and Letterboxd Case Cornelissen, on Twitter at Dutch Movie Guy. Heavily rooting for Liverpool in 3 weeks because we're in the Champions League final and we can win, and I really wanted it, and that was awesome. That was definitely the highlight of my week. So yeah, other than that, guys, we'll see you at our next video. Take care.
Yeah.